Hi everyone, it's Carrie. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a card tutorial and also a little mini review of some water brushes that I received from MyArtScape. They kindly sent these to me. It was actually probably back, it was way before Christmas. Excuse me, way before Christmas. And I've been meaning to do a little review on these, and I just hadn't had the time until today. So this is a very nice set. It comes with all these brushes here that you see, and they are long handled. And I will take one out here in just a moment, and you'll see how long the handle is. But they're very, very good quality brushes. Now, I am by no means a expert on brushes, watercoloring, or anything like that, but they kindly sent these to me because they saw my review of some watercolors that I bought, that I had gotten back several months ago from Michael's, and they saw that video and wanted to send me these brushes. So I'm using them today. And I will also have, if you're interested in the brushes, I will have a link to where you can get them, as well as a little coupon code to use in order to buy the brushes. They are found on Amazon. So we're going to be making a card today. I'm doing some watercoloring, and I'm going to be using this stamp set here from Avery Elle called Write It. And I'm going to be stamping and watercoloring on some Tim Holtz watercolor paper. I haven't done watercoloring in quite a bit of time, so I thought it would be something a little different than I've been doing lately. So I'm going to go ahead and emboss first. So I'm prepping my watercolor paper to do that, and I am stamping out in the VersaMark ink. It's a really good sticky ink. If you're new to stamping, I highly recommend this to you as far as a good watermark ink. So it's the one that most people use. Most people like this if you're stampers. So I am stamping my greeting down here. You are, I believe it says, you are simply awesome. Oh no, you are seriously awesome. I apologize. So I'm going to stamp that down, and I'm also going to emboss this with some gold embossing powder from Stampin' Up. And it's one of my favorite gold embossing powders. So I feel like I'm never going to use this stuff up. I've had it for several years, but it's my favorite. So I'm just going to get a scratch piece of paper here, and I'm going to go ahead and cover my card here. This card is going to be relatively simple because I'm not going to add anything else to it other than just doing the watercoloring. I wanted the watercoloring to stand on its own, so you can see how that embossed there, really, really pretty. So now we're going to start with our watercoloring, and I'm going to prep all my supplies here. And I'm grabbing my little craft sheet here so I won't get my work surface too messy, I guess. It'll definitely prevent from the my work surface from getting wet. So that's one of the good things about this craft sheet. So I've got my little mini mister here, and I'm covering my whole entire watercolor piece with some water. And now I'm going to start off with this is Salty Ocean Distress Ink here. And no rhyme or reason to this. This is basically, I really didn't have a plan as far as where the colors were going to go. I just basically wanted to use these brushes and show them to you in a tutorial, and just show you how great they are. I'm only using the one brush today. If you would like for me to do an in-depth review on these brushes, I will certainly can, and play with them more and use the other brushes in the set. If you're really interested in me doing that, please leave a comment below and I will do that. But otherwise, I just used the one today for this card, and I'm done now using peacock feathers. And I'm using my little minis. I've only got one set of mini distress inks in my collection. I'm kind of trying them out before I if I invest in the money in getting the rest of them. They are fairly inexpensive, but I've got all of the full size ink pads and the storage, and I've talked about this before on my channel. I hate the thought of of having to reinvest in something that, that's not, I've got distress inks and they work fine, and they're I don't use them as often as some do, so what I have really does work fine for me. So I'm going ahead, and I believe I picked up, this is Seedless Preserves. I'll have all the colors that I listed below if you're interested. I'm just kind of going around, like I said, no rhyme or reason. I'm just applying the colors where they go, where I felt would be really a nice, I guess, fit. And now I'm just adding a little bit more brightness. This is, I'm not sure. I'm not going to even try to guess. Like I said, I'll have everything listed below. But I just want a little bit of pop of color as far as brightness, and break up some of the blues and the greens that I've got in here. So I'm just going around, adding more water, and then adding more distress ink around, and really getting that good and inked. And you can see what it's kind of turned. Now I'm going to add some more water just to kind of get the colors moving. Because I heard that one spot right there that I just sprayed, I wanted to move a little bit more throughout the design. So I added more water, and you can always take away some too. That's what I'm doing here, just sopping up some of the extra water so it won't get too muddy. And so now I'm just continuing on, and just going to add just a little bit more peacock feathers to it on the edges. So that's pretty much all of the watercoloring that I'm going to be doing. And I'm going to be heat setting this with my heat tool, because I'm not a patient person when it comes to letting this stuff dry. So I'm going to go ahead, and I've heat set that, and I'm going to go ahead and make the rest of my card. I'm going to cut this piece down. This is already a standard size piece of watercolor paper, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, but I'm going to cut it down using the small stitched rectangles from Lawn Fawn, just because I like that stitched edge to it, and it gives it something more than just, that plain edge. So I really do like that detail, especially on this watercolor paper. It really does define it a lot. So there you can see the whole entire design and how it dried. It turned out pretty nice, I think. So now I'm going to go ahead and prep my card base here. I believe this is called Taffy. This is from Bazzill, and I've cut that down at 5 1/2, and I'm scoring that at 4 1/4. And this is really thicker cardstock, so you really do need to get a good crisp fold. That's why I really do like my Teflon bone folder for things like this, and it really does give a really good, nice crease. So if you have one of those, you know what I mean as far as how nice they are. So I'm going to use my Tombo Extreme Adhesive to apply this to my card base. And the reason why I'm using this adhesive is because since we did the embossing and the watercoloring, I really wanted to ensure that my panel is on my card base really well. So I don't use this adhesive for every card because for one, this is all I've got, and before I get a refill, and two, it really is extreme adhesive. The name really does fit it well, because it's really, really sticky stuff. So once it's down, it's down. But I didn't get enough of the adhesive on the edges, and I really wanted to show this to you guys, that you can take it off if you're careful, and really apply some more if you needed to. And that's what I'm doing here, because I didn't get that adhesive really on the very, very edges, and it was sticking up and it was bothering me. So I went ahead and applied more adhesive, and now I'm going to go ahead and put that back onto my card base here. And for a final touch, I'm going to add a little bit of shimmer. I think you can see the shimmer really well in the thumbnail of my video here. But I'm going to be using the Mr. Huey's spray. I haven't used this in quite a bit, and this is called Shine. And I'm just going to off camera spray this about 2 or 3 times just to get some shimmer in there. And I'm going to try to show you the shimmer, but it doesn't really show up that well in video, but I think I did capture it in the photo. So anyway, that is our card for today. There again, if you are interested in the brushes, I will have a link and also a coupon code for you to, I don't get any commission or anything like that. It's just something for my subscribers. So y'all, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on my next video. Bye-bye.